Welcome back to Pitch 1 here at the Highfields Sports Complex in the University of Nottingham. And it's coming thick and fast now. 6 games to go. And they are all going to be absolute crackers. And Jordan's with me for this one. We've just been talking beforehand. This should be something special.
Yeah, can't wait. Cannot wait for this. We've seen France Women's Opens a couple of times. We've had Scotland on as well. And you know what? They're both quite similar teams because they've both got 2 pods. And within those pods, each pod has like a strike player that will shoulder quite a bit of the attacking responsibility. On one side of the ball, you've got Hannah Crisp, that big strike player in one pod for Scotland. She's really experienced. She's so quick. You've also got Lena Gladden on the Scotland side as well. For France, you've got Cécile Mass, creative. She's like an on-field coach. I think it's Marie Henry as well, the number 10 for France.
Yeah, she scored a lot of tries.
I said it the other day. She's like a sevens player. She's like big stride, great step off the left foot. France play really good heads-up touch. That's always been the same across all their divisions. And France will look to play some, maybe not really structured touch, but I think you're going to see some really good touch from especially Scotland, especially on line attack.
Let's look at the head-to-head between these two teams from the round robin. So they first played each other on Wednesday, and Scotland winning that game 2-1. They then played each other again on Thursday, and France won that one 6-5. So there couldn't be anything between them, really. That's what you want.
That's what you want going into a semi-final. It's same on field too. Like, we'll probably update you on the scores from the other game as well. But you know, we're at crunch time now, and you know, you said it the other day. We're coming to the games now that mean everything, and they're the games that you've been training for 9, 12 months, and you know, those long weekends away, those late nights in the gym, those early mornings on the field. This is what the games are for now. It's touch weather. There's plenty of people at the fields. You're playing opposition that are, you know, nearly level to you, that you've got to prepare for, and you've got to watch footage of, and you've got to do every little thing you can to make sure at the end of 40 minutes you're up and you're going to get yourself in a final, and you're going to get yourself a medal. That's what we're all here for.
Wales England.
I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, Wales England is the other semi-final taking place on field 2. We will keep you in touch with that as much as we possibly can, as we await the start of this one. Of course, they're both playing in their navy blue kit. It's just it's just the last dig at us on this final day. So France,
they've always got to get us.
So to stop confusion, France are tapping off. They're in the blue kit that has a slight red and white trim. Scotland in the blue kit with just white. They've got plenty of white on the chest of the Scotland kit, so that's how we can tell them apart. And it's France who start straight away, and they're diving through, but I think the touch was made.
Yeah, Cécile Mass again. She's the strike player in this pod. She's a lot of experience, and she calms the play down. She knows what she wants to run, and she runs them so well. This time she's going to get herself into half. She might pick up. She will. 4-on-3. What a pill! Ball down, the claiming touch. Ball down. We've got our first pill of the Women's Open semi-final.
An early pill there. But it's a bitter one for Scotland to swallow as they take the lead.
That was brilliant. You've done this before, Jono. What a pro.
Marie Nuri has opened the scoring there for France from the tap-off, and it's 1-0 France lead.
So if there's a player that's going to return and try and put a return back to to France here, it's Hannah Crisp, and she's in at half here, number 2. She's going to pick up and go short side, speed, left-hand pill. Good D from France. I think they've read that quite well there. I talked about it the other day. If Hannah's at half, she's so dangerous, but I think France might have known that's coming. She's going to a live play this time. Skip to the outside. That's ball gone, but
yeah,
turnover. France have dealt with that quite well.
It's a good defence by France. They've picked off the first attacking threat by Scotland, so they'll have chance
Good
to
pressure.
drive again.
That's great pressure.
They're still
we keep
very
talking
deep.
about it. We keep talking about how big the midfield battle is, and Scotland already making themselves known. Marie Henry's quick though, and she's got a good left foot step. Lucy Green's dealt with that well. France have got a scoop from their own half. If there's a player you want doing it, it's Henry. She's dished over the top, but that's forward.
That's forward.
Woo, what a start.
Yeah, it certainly is. I did like the way that Eve Som shouted to Marie Nuri then, and just saying, no, don't waste your energy.
Yep.
It's a forward pass.
Yep. Got a special guest coming in the studio now.
We have indeed. We will hand over in a second as they're just getting ready. But it is Scotland who are using. Oh, now.
So now Scotland have essentially got a tap off.
Yeah.
They're just in France's half. They've got quite a strong pod here. Leah Gladden's going to work her way down to the 7, and they can start running those plays that have been so successful for the past 4.5 days.
Yeah, so we are going to hand over to the studio. Ian and Ben are with a special guest. Over to you, Ian.
Hello everybody, welcome to the studio. Thank you, John O'Dea. Now we're joined by Danielle from the Mixed Open. Congratulations into the final. How was it against France?
I was so nervous,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm glad we got the win.
First half it was quite tight, wasn't it? Second half you really just opened up and just managed to get into the lead.
For the first 5 minutes, and the guys are ran around me, and I was like, oh, this is going to be close. I need to stop moving a bit quicker, and then yeah, we got. I think just before the second half, we got into our groove a bit more. Yeah.
So you've obviously played Wales before. You got them in the final. It was a tight game, wasn't it? 11-12, I think, England in the first one.
Yeah, there was only one in it, so hopefully we can get the win again, but who knows.
So Ben,
I've called drop off. I've called drop off in the final because
I hope not.
I've just watched Wales play. Obviously, I've watched Mixed Open play quite a lot. I think there's a lot of nuances in there. It's going to be a battle of the probably England's defence, because they can score at will, and how you can stop the Welsh attack. I think that's the big key.
They have got some real good guys.
Yeah, they do, and they're females at the chopping holes, putting players in the right position. So it is going to be a really close match. It's your first tournament here,
It is.
first 5-day tournament. How have you found it?
Physically wise, I feel okay.
Good.
Like mentally and the stress, I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
It is
Count me
tiring.
out,
It
yeah.
is tiring, isn't it?
Yeah.
5 days of touch.
Yeah.
You know, you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well,
Yeah.
you're running around, obviously, so it's difficult.
No, it's just the nerves for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how are you going to manage those going into the final then?
I don't know.
I think adrenaline will take over,
the
won't it?
game started, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens now,
build-up.
Danielle, with the coaches? Do you actually analyse the game you've just played, or is everything now centred on Wales?
I think that game's done. We don't analyse that. We'll probably have a debrief before we go out for Wales. The guys are really good at preparing us for their what they'll run against us and stuff like that. And then get ourselves out there and hope for the best.
Well, Ben, I think we better let Danielle go.
Yeah,
Get that
absolutely.
debrief done. Thank you so much for
Good
joining
luck.
us. We're going to hand back to Jono and Jordan in the comms box.
Wasn't that bad, was it?
Many thanks, guys. Great interview, and we've had some great action on the field here while you've been watching that interview. France 2-1 ahead, Scotland coming back level 1-1, but then it was Cecile Mass with a fabulous try, just finding the hole to put France back into the lead. So 2-1 France lead. On the other field, it is currently England 3, Wales 0.
Looking very
so
sharp
very,
as well.
very, very good start for the English over on field 2. But in this one, it is very, very, very close so far, and it's Scotland attacking again.
Yeah, I thought Scotland had let France off on that last set, but France losing it on transition, and they've given Scotland another chance here. Short side's open, they're going that way. Great ball back inside, good touch.
Yeah, he's a good touch there, and Scotland
Nice
still with the
variation.
ball. They've gone out to the right hand side, come back inside, but that was final touch, and France have the ball back again.
Some nice little variations from Scotland's line attack, but the thing that I'm impressed with so far is Scotland's midfield here. Like, that's such good pressing. If they can get, and they've done it again, they've forced them. So what I'd look for, there's numbers here, there's numbers. France were subbing off, they've been caught napping.
Wide, oh,
They've
great recovery.
so well.
Fantastic recovery there by France. It really was. It looked, they were subbing off, there was so much space on that right-hand side.
What I'd look for from Scotland here, you know, we're approaching that quarter of the game mark. They've got to make France pay. QB. Oh. They're working their way through those progressions on the sweepers now, Scotland, and they need to find one of those progressions that works. Nice, that's awesome. That is such patient touch. If you want to look at a team that works through a progression of a move, watch Scotland Women's Open on a sweeper. They've worked their way through about 4 progressions. The last one, it's a pick up short side, right foot. Now I've got a 4-on-3, first hole's open, boom, down, game on.
Leah Glading brings the scores level.
That's
There's
awesome.
nothing in this game at all.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's come from the coach. And we had Eddie on yesterday, the Women's Open head coach, experienced player. I would not be surprised if that's something they've looked at last night, knowing that they're going to have France today. And France are looking to reply, 32 short. That's good D from Scotland, I think. No, the touch wasn't made.
Oh, France is straight back in front.
Oh, they're going to be... Eddie's not going to be happy with that. They've been way too loose, middle there, I think. So that 32 short, they're going to come back to, it's actually middle link hole. They've come under, they've tucked under a little bit too tight, and she skipped to the next hole.
And Mathieu Henry, sorry, who
England,
is
England on the other field, by the way, 4-0 up. They are running riot.
so England in a very comfortable position on the other field. We will keep you in touch with that score while this game is going on.
Is that a loss of control?
It is.
That's tough. That's a tough couple of minutes for Scotland. Conceding that
start
score
again.
and then giving up on line attack, and it's a bit of a nothing error as well.
France come to halfway then. Scotland D quite high up, and that is final touch.
Cecile Mass will pick up. Good D from Scotland again. We talked about it yesterday on those midfield scoops on 5th. You know, it's going to be quick players that are going to pick up normally. What Scotland have done really well there is they've forced Cecile Mass to step off her right foot and come back to the middle, and her only option then is 4v3, which is fine on line attack for a ball player, but they're still 30 metres out from the line. They haven't got much of an option. If Scotland keep their midfield D up, they're going to stay in this game for much longer and give themselves a chance. 33 counties, pick up, come back through the middle, wings open, got to be a score. Down! Woo, what a game.
What a game we've got. Kirsty Venter. She was just stood there for ages. I thought, pass it.
I know. But you don't want to screw it up. She could watch her come through here. It's another little variation. So counties, pick up, right foot. Now I've got a 4-on-3. My first hole's open, so I'm going to go through. I'm still half. Got to look for that option. Skirt the in goal. Find your winger.
Great patience by Leah Glading
really
as
good
well,
patience.
because she wanted to make sure that, like you say, it wasn't a longer pass. She wanted a shorter pass as possible.
Show
She
it
had
up.
time to do it.
Yeah, she's got the time. Pill from Marie Henry.
They've come
Score.
straight back
Wow.
in front.
Wow. This is such a good exhibition of women's open touch. Oh, just awesome. Marie Henry, she collects a 32 long. She gets to the outside of her opposing middle, and she's got a choice to make. She makes the right one and executes it well. Scotland have got to reply. This is such a good game.
Elliot
Huguet
Huguet with the latest score.
We're going to work our way down to the 7.
As they go down now.
Would have been a loss of control, but Hannah Crisp wants it back. She wants to be the live player, and she is on that counties again. Skip to the outside.
Just not quite there, but Scotland are making the chances just as France are, and we saw them come back before. We know they can come back again, and it's It's a really, really good game, this. Just 1
Yeah,
point in
nice
it.
and high scoring as well on the other field. I think Wales might have just scored, so that would make it 5-2. Yeah, 5-2. So we're a quarter of the way through both semi-finals now, and we've got two contrasting games really. England look like they're running riot on field 2. This is a good back and forth battle, this. That's going to
Certainly
be
is.
great midfield D from Scotland again. That's the thing that's keeping them in this game. I'm not saying France are looking like they're running away with it at all, but France at the minute, obviously, 1 score up. The reason France aren't able to get to their good transition, which is what they've been good for, is because of Scotland's work in midfield, and they'll be disappointed with that. That's a big error.
Yeah, it is, and France have the ball back again. But the thing is, these two teams have played each other twice in the round robin section, both one-try games either way. So they know each other. They know it's going to be close. They know they've got to be at their very, very best to get into that final.
Yeah.
And we said at the start it's going to be very difficult to call, and you still can't call this.
They're off
But
short side, they've got space. That's such good D from Scotland. Great composure. France did well to create something and come back on fifth for that short side play, and Scotland have done well. They've got to work their way off the field now. I've said it a couple of times, but you've done one job. Your next job is to get off.
So Scotland make the changes.
A little bit too slow there from Scotland, and that's 4. They've got to get some big momentum here on fifth for that middle scoop, which is what I think they want. Yep, they're just playing around with those two middles, and France have done really well there. Scotland a little bit of a Hail Mary play from halfway, and you might get a little bit from it. And yeah, they'll turn it over on this side. Good D from France, so they've replied with some good D of their own, and it's a little bit of a midfield battle at the minute. We've not seen a score for a few minutes.
And Hannah Spear was screaming for the ball back there.
Yeah, on the other field, Wales pulling it back a little bit, 6-3 now.
So back and forth on field 2. England maintaining that 3-point advantage though. Much closer here. Just 1 try in it, but it's France who have possession.
Good ball.
They're looking to go to the left-hand side, work it there now.
They've got a few players, France, that just see space really well and are happy to move away from structure and move the ball into that space. And they've got it here. Is that down?
Not celebrating, which is a
Grace
chance
Burton's
that's
claimed
going
the touch,
back.
Yeah.
So we're into the 15th minute of this game. It's France lead 4-3. They are on the
32
attack
shot.
now. Final touch
Get off your line.
on the line, and the touch was made.
Okay, well done. Scotland have done a little bit better that time, so obviously we keep talking about it, but you've got to learn from your mistakes quickly in touch and learn what the other team's habits are and how they run those plays, what plays they're running, and how to fix it quickly. Scotland have done well there. They conceded a 32 shot earlier in the game. They've just run out. They've got to stop these errors though. They've got to give Hannah Crisp a better platform on fifth. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit too far away from the line for me. They've got to up the intensity on touches 2, 3, 4. They'll get the rewards from it like they are on midfield D. They've got to do it on the other side of the ball as well.
They certainly have. Down it goes. Halfway, France looking to stretch this lead a bit further. This is a good drive.
Play.
Out into the wing. Oh, back inside. Now, was the touch made?
Did Green make it? I think she's cleared the touch. Yeah, she has. What a touch, Lucy Green.
That, you know, in the
Outstanding
context of this game and how close it is,
Yeah.
and I know we're only in the first half, that could be a game-saving touch.
Yeah. Oh, is that back to 1? Oh, that's a killer. Scotland have done really well to do them out, and now they've got to face 6 touches of Cecile Mass. Watch this touch from Lucy Green. She's out the play, and to chase it down and make that's awesome.
Right on the
4
back
minutes.
of the back of the calf.
So yeah, Scotland have got to deal with 6 touches of Mass now, and this could be tough. This is a big set.
7-3 England on field 2.
tell you what the good players do. Hannah Crisp is not only the general in with the ball, also without big talk, but and they've survived it.
They have indeed.
The talk coming
Marie
from Crisp in the middle.
getting space again on the right hand side, but the pass just not on point there.
Yeah.
And Scotland have the ball again.
Oh, good touch. That's great.
They seem to be targeting Hannah Crisp because they know that when her body's on, she's driving everything.
Yeah, she is. I think she, like we said it the other day, I think she's happy to shoulder that responsibility, but this yards now is much better, and Gladden's going to pick up. Is that 5th? The ref's not put the hand up. I think they had another to play with. The ref lost the missed it. She was half, but that's a shame that, because Scotland had another touch. It would have been nice to see. Maybe they did lose the count. Oh, and France again. They've lost the ball.
They've done this a couple of times now, and in positions where you don't want to be doing that. Scotland with a fresh set of 6. They're probably 25 metres from the line or so. Advancing forward now.
England going 8-3 up on field 2. Scotland here looking for those sweep plays again, and they'll use the sweep this time.
Just had to check back inside as the option to the wing wasn't available.
And have a look now on Scotland's progressions on these sweepers. Gladden's going to sweep again. They might pick up. They don't. It's a QB. Left-hand pill. Great ball over the top. Oh, that's great defence from France again. I think that they've run that play a couple of times now, that sweeper QB, and it doesn't seem to be getting them much joy. The play that's looking good for them is when Scotland pick up against the grain, whether they go short side or come back. And again, France have made an error with Scotland's midfield D pressure.
Yeah, it was great pressure from the D. There was up to 3 touches before they'd even hit the 10-metre line.
Yeah.
And they've been doing that consistently well every time that France have been starting from deep.
Yeah, but what we need now is Scotland to convert. We need to see them get a score here. This is a massive, massive set. 2 errors in a row. Scotland's second set of line attack, and yeah, we need to see something here, especially with 1 minute left.
Still
Grace Burton
moving
on the ball.
at walking pace at the minute. Now they put it down. Just looking for the.
And that's 5th.
That's 5th. So
it'll be hard to get something from this. A bit of a dead play. Probably a short side scoop. Nope. I think she's lost the count. Oh wow! Oh wow!
Now there's space opened up on the right hand side. If they use it, can it be down? What a play!
What just happened?
What a play! It was just put out the back.
I thought they'd lost the count. Oh, if we can see that a couple of seconds earlier, you'll see some amazing sleight of hand play. Maybe we can watch that again at half time. We've got 15 seconds, but Scotland have just done so well there to get anything from 5th touch. Oh,
what a half.
Wow.
And that is going to give Scotland some great confidence and momentum right at the end of
you can already see it. Their box is high-fiving, they're happy, they're coming on the field. France is a little bit relaxed, a little bit more subdued.
A bit shoulders down, isn't it? But
I just want to see that last score again.
Oh, it was incredible. And it was made from... These are the highlights of...
Big pill. Cecile Mass has been so good for France. We talked about it before. She's the strike player for them, and she can throw it off left and right. So 4 on 3 here. Wings open. I'm going to go over the top, dot it down.
Great take as well. Marine Nearing.
Scotland with those variations on the sweepers. So picking up against the grain, and beautiful dive. They've run through those sweeper progressions so well. They're just starting with the sweep play, then they're going to work their way through. And this lovely one, just picking up, hitting that link straight away off the deck.
Great dive away, because
Getting
Marielle
round,
Theophane was really close to her.
And we come back with Cecile Mars, quickie, off the left foot, step back through the middle, and that's just Scotland being overly tight. If they can fix this up, their midfield D is causing so many problems for France. That's a massive part of the game for Scotland at the minute. But here's that sweeper variation we're talking about again. This time we're going to pick up and go short side. I'll come back off my right foot, 4 on 3, first hole's open. Great option, great read, good execution. Watch it here again. Sweeper's coming round, 16 pulls corner. We're going to pick up against the grain. France are expecting it. Come back to the sweeper. 4 on 3. It's a little bit of a sharky play sometimes that teams call it that, and it's so nice. So
it was
well
just
run.
that quick pass that opened up the hole, wasn't it? But here, that was all about Mathilde Henry, who just goes through.
Sorry, this was the one where Scotland are a little bit overly tight. You see the short come in here. She actually goes through the next hole, which is the middle link hole, and it's just because Scotland middles were just overly tight. But Scotland did really well to pull this back level.
This was to make it 3-3.
Yeah.
This is the one where it was great play actually by Leah Glading. She waited, knew she had time to make sure she got the ball to Kirsty Venter, who put it down.
Picks up from half, goes short side, similar to that Sharky play before, come back to the middle. This time she goes straight through, but she's half. She's got to skirt the in goal, and she's done the right thing there. You said it before. She's just patient touch.
So this is the ball, and that was an easy put down. And then this is the last try, so you want to watch this.
So this is fifth touch. There's nothing on. Watch this. What? I have never seen that before. But then to get a 4 on 3, get a 3 on 2, 2 on 1. That's just good execution, good skills. But that little sleight of hand play. 1, I've never seen it, and 2, I didn't think it was going to work.
We'll see it from behind here.
This is like some American football type move.
And it really seemed to confuse the French defence, because they're like, what's happening?
Yeah, like I said, they slowed down that much. It looked like they were going to run a quickie, and I thought, it's fifth touch, like you've lost the count, you're going to turn the ball over, but they made me look stupid there. Wow, that was an awesome way to end the half.
It certainly was, and we are still no closer to seeing who will be in the final. Over on field 2 at half-time, it is England 8, Wales 3, and you would fancy England to see that one out and make the final later on today.
I think
but
experience,
you cannot call this one.
Not at all. No, not at all. I think if you're watching field 2 now, switch on over, watch this one.
So, 4-4. Scotland with the tap off. They've not led at all in this game. Now they have the tap off for a set of 6 from halfway. If they can get the ball down here, it's how France respond, because they've not been behind in the game at all. And if they can come straight back, all well and good. If that then provides probably another psychological blow to them, because you saw the body language when they came off at half time after conceding that 4th try. There's so many things that could happen here.
I'm going to call it, John. It's going to go to drop off this. That's what we want, that, don't we?
We do. That would be a fantastic spectacle. We'll explain the drop off as the half goes on, and as see how likely it is.
Into their tap-off movement, so ending that sweeper. Pick up from Burton, short side. Wingers free. Couldn't get it over. Good D from France. They're doing really well defending that pick up against the grain. Really well. But Scotland's sweeper's just dangerous. Oh, what feet! Oh.
Good touch. And it's good defence, and France have seen it out, and they have the ball back.
I'm loving this.
It's a great game.
I'm loving this. So France turning it up and subbing a little bit, but that's that hard Scotland midfield D again. They work so hard for each other. They shut down that's good from France, that's what you want to see, but from a Scotland point of view, force them into that, force them to break away from their structure, make them scoot from halfway. This is fine, that's great from Scotland. Nah, that's not back to one, that's ball down and a turnover. Whew. Getting nervous already.
Yeah, it really is an incredible game, this one.
So good, and it's just such a good exhibition of touch, of women's touch, and Hannah Crisp, give her a little bit of room, she'll take it, good tip on, take those yards, don't burn it. Oh,
she's angry with herself. You
yeah,
can see.
I would be. I think Hannah will know there that either we should probably take the touch on the wing, or she'll be like, I should have just took that. She'll take that. We've got good yards. Take the touch. Then they can play on the opposition 7 rather than forcing those passes in field. We're not at that stage of the game yet, I don't think. But Scotland winning the midfield battle early on, and that's a huge part of the game. We keep talking about it. That's got to be a loss of control. Play the touch. France, I think I heard 5th come in then. Yeah, that's your 5th touch. They're going to look short side, come back. Well done, Scotland again. Yeah, they're doing so well at that, really well. So all they're doing now, they're forcing Scotland to come back into middle off the scoop, and all that gives France then is a 4-on-3 option. They've got a couple of players that can throw 4-on-3 over the top, but I keep saying it, if you're able to force your opposition into doing that 20-25 metres out from your own line, it's a bit of a nothing play, and Scotland are applying well. The tails are up here. Right, good feet through the middle. Right, wing is free. Got to find someone. Down.
Scotland in the lead, and look at the celebrations. Look what that means to them.
Oh,
a great play.
What a score. What a score. You win the midfield and you're gonna go a long way to winning this game. And Leah Gladden's just off her left.
Leah Glading again.
In the middle, just ball in 2 hands, always able to throw, and she's just roaming the back of the in goal. That's such patient scooping, patient touch play. That's what you want from your strike players, dragging yourself into the lead.
Stefan Tulloch puts
France
the ball
looking
down,
to reply, Till over the top. Good D from Scotland.
Not quite made it to Marion Nuri.
So France scored off that exact same play. They will get a fresh set of 6, but it's good to see that Scotland have looked at that play from the first half and talked about how to defend it here. France are down players in attack, so if I'm Scotland, go rush that. There's nothing on. Go rush it, go make the touch, waste the touch for France. France have got to get players on so they can run their line attack now, and they will do. There's still a couple of players down.
3 touches.
Giving the ball up. That's huge. Oh, that's huge.
Big defence by Scotland, and it's forced the error, and Scotland have it back again. They lead for the first time in this game, 5-4. We've got 15 minutes left for a place in the final. And the crisp pod is now on.
They're just a little bit too far out. France are trying to reply with a bit of midfield D. Scotland have got to go from their own half. And even Hannah Crisp can't make anything from it. Scotland calling back to 1, but France will get a set of 6, and they'll go into their transition pretty high up the field here. So that's 2 and then they're in the Scotland half. 3, now 4 and 5. Here's where we strike. Marie Henry will want to get herself to half, and she will do on 5th.
And France coming through now, and the space
what
has opened up.
What a touch from Hannah
defense.
Crisp!
Hannah Crisp makes yards and gets the touch in and stops France from coming back level in this game. Fantastic D, we'll see it here.
Marie Henry's done well to skip outside. She's made that 3-on-2 that she wanted, and Crisp has just turned, sprinted. That is just attitude, determination.
You could see from that replay though, Hannah Crisp was off screen.
She was nowhere. She was on the other middle. Like she'd been beaten by the scoop earlier in the set. Like, she's having such a good game. Straight through.
Oh,
no
again.
touch called. Oh, that's good D from France. So we keep talking about learning from what you conceded, learning from your mistakes. France have conceded a couple of plays where Scotland is scooping through the middle of them. This time they learn and they've mirrored and shut it down.
That was Leah Glading again, the third time she's managed to get through into the scoring zone. That time France managing to shut it down.
Glading's so quick. She's playing very similar to how Hannah Crisp is playing in the other pod, and she's going to race across.
They've not completed it again. Marine Nuri, she's in so much space on this left-hand side at times.
She was then, yeah, she was. And that's good D from Scotland, really. The leaving that short side wing open a little bit, but they're still forcing the France. Oh, that's a big turnover.
Huge turnover now. France with a great opportunity to get back on level terms, but they're making the change again.
Go make that touch. Go make that touch. They're down players. They've not got many options on of France, and Cecile Mass is going to try and create something from nothing, but they've already used up one touch. Quickie play from Mass. Good D from Scotland. So now we're halfway through the set.
3 touches so far. They're still on the 7 metre.
I'm getting so good here. This is well good. 32 short from Mass. Long left hand pill.
Oh, they've not completed it.
And that's ball down, but they've conceded a penalty. I think it's offside.
So another set of 6 for France, and there's a bit more buoyancy, and there's sub box in front of us.
Yeah,
a lot of clapping.
Nice and noisy over here. There's a lot of French supporters as well.
Another good touch. Back to the 7 they go. This is great defence by Scotland, to be fair.
This is a huge set because we're going to be halfway through the second half after this set. We're either going to be level off. Oh, what a ball. Go to the corner. Good D from Scotland again.
Good covering by Emma Robson because she had a lot of ground to make up. Comes back into the centre. Cecile Mass.
She'll look.
Hands it off.
Play.
She's going to get it back. Diving through. Touches claimed. But it's ball down.
So they've changed up the line attack a little bit now. They've gone into those punish plays, and that seemed to work well for them. I'd love to see that again. I thought Scotland defended that really well, but we're halfway through the second half now, and we're back level. Punish play. Yeah, I think the Scotland link was about 3 or 4 inches offside. Literally one step and she would have been on, and I think she could have afforded to as well, but that's well read from France. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that.
So France back on level terms, 5-5.
Sweeper from Scotland coming. Burton pick up.
Space. Oh, great
what
switch.
A play! Oh, this is a dream.
It looked, in all intents and purposes, it was going out left. So there was so much space, and it was just a great, quick pass back inside and down.
It's a pre-planned move. It's another progression on the sweeper. It's what's called a swinger play. It's a sweeper / ninja. Sweep together. Sweeper comes round. The middle channel is open. Burton tips inside. Nice low dive. That's why that middle channel's so wide, because the touching player is thinking, I've got to go wide because my sweeper's coming. Once Burton picks up, tip back in. Beautiful. If you want to watch how to run all these sweepers, watch the Scotland Women's Open. France are going to reply. It's forward. Indeed. It's forward. The sideline ref's giving it.
So Scotland stay ahead 6-5. You do not want to take your eyes off this for a second. Let's watch this again. And
so
she's behind
pick
7
up against the grain.
there. Yeah, that's forward, definitely forward. And Scotland breathe a sigh of relief. Into the final 10 minutes. Scotland lead by 1. This is still anybody's game.
Great yards. Scotland have got to keep this intensity up. We're going to come to 5th touch. Great yards again. Give a good platform to Glading. She's that's good. Oh, she's off. Play on. Down.
Oh, and it's Leah Glading again. 4 times she's gone through. Well. 3 times she's been successful. What a game she's had. Scotland now lead by 2.
This is so good. This is so good. Scotland to push themselves 2 scores ahead. That's massive. And referee calls play through, she's offside, and she's offside because of the speed at which Scotland are rucking. That set then was Hannah Smith and Leigh Gladin just orchestrating momentum and generating momentum, and you're building momentum touch after touch, and once you get to fifth, that's when you can explode. And that was just great touch. Oh, Scotland a little bit too tight there, but they've defended it well. It's still fifth, turnover. Scotland's defence is standing firm.
Yeah, there's Scotland start again.
Punch through the middle, then they're going to work their way to the box. Good hands, Burton, get it down.
Oh, it's a handling error. France.
That's big.
They need to play with a bit of urgency now.
Yeah.
8 minutes to go.
Yeah, so what we want to start seeing now from both teams, like you said, urgency from France. You're 2 down. I want to see composure from Scotland. And when you're coming off the field, you've got your next job. Scotland's current job at the minute, D this set out. They're going to go to link sweepers. Good feet
Back
from
into
Henri,
the centre.
so that she can dish it back in and we can play again. Counties from France, and they've awarded them. They've got themselves a penalty. Sorry.
She's driving through, but I
Big set.
don't think that's going to be given.
Big
That's
set.
going to come back.
So Scotland are going to deal with Marie Henri for 6 touches. We're going to go quickies to begin with.
Just stepping back, Scotland
Nothing
defence
on.
holding firm.
Yep, Hannah Crisp getting up nice and high. They're going to go 32 long. It's a little bit of a short / long, but Scotland look like they dealt with it. Great touch. We're halfway through.
They seem to really have focused on Marie Henri, the Scots, don't they? They've not given them.
That's what the good teams
much.
do. They do that homework, and she comes on a sweeper now. Oh, is that good defence? No touch from Missy Green, and we're talking about Marie Henri doing your homework on it. You can only do so much on those types of players. She comes round on a sweeper, she's great speed, she creates that 3-on-2, and she's just able to dish off at the right time. That link hole was just open, and she's dragged France right back in this game.
Yeah, Marielle Théophane
Watch her come
pops
round
it
here,
down.
yeah. So she's created a little bit of a 3-on-2. Green's got a little bit of a decision to make. I thought she'd made an awesome touch, but great day. Scotland will pick up on the sweep again.
Yeah, at least actually, you just saw her on the replay there as she was running around. She held her hands up. I didn't
Good
touch.
honesty, good honesty.
So
4 touch, I
7-6
think.
as
Hannah Smith. We're going to go fire up. Gladin, right foot step. Great D from Scotland. It's interesting. Sorry, from France. It's interesting that is the first time that Scotland have ran that fire up play. Interesting to go into your playbook a little bit more. I'd like them to stick with those sweeper progressions that are working so well for them. But France look like they've got the tails up a little bit here. We've got a really good back and forth going, and that's got to be touch pass. I think the referee's got it. Yeah. Scotland getting the ball back, and another good thing for them as well. It's slowed down a little bit there. This is eating up time at the minute.
5 minutes to go.
Oh, what a game!
One try, isn't it? Quickly over on the other field. It's 13-4 England lead. England are going to go into the final.
Yeah, they can afford. Oh, that's a huge error. We talked about composure from Scotland before, and that's not it.
So England await one of these teams.
I'm living every moment here, Jono. I feel like I'm in midfield D.
I think you've moved as much. I think you moved about 2K while you've been here.
So what you want from Scotland here is to obviously not let France near the 7, give them one shot, but France have done well here. Get to the 7 as quickly as possible. Then you can run your plays. Scotland not letting them near the line. They've got to run that punish play from quite far out, and they did well to let the middle make it. We're approaching halfway through the set now. Oh, Scotland are in all sorts of bother. They've got to deal with the right-hand peel. Good
great
step.
dodge.
Good feet, good dish off. Mega defence from Scotland.
Really
great
good,
recovery.
great recovery because
I think that's 5th. I'm sure I saw the ref put his hand up then. Oh,
and France just can't quite make it happen, but great D from Scotland. 3.5 minutes to go. Scotland still lead by 1, 7-6.
we need composure here now. We need composure from Scotland. Scotland have got to work their way to the box. It's got to be good intensity, but it's got to be good completion, and it's got to be efficient. They're not making really good yards here at the minute. They've got to generate something from this, and Hannah's going to have to scoop from halfway. Back to the middle. 4 on 3. Back to the middle for Chris.
She's
Has
got
she
space.
got the legs? Wide.
I think the touch was made. Touch was made.
I think that would have been amazing, but
Marielle Thifain just getting across in time and making the touch.
do you know what they've done well? Even though they've not scored, Scotland have killed the ball right over in that corner. And with 3 minutes left in a semi-final on day 5, that's not where you want to be subbing from if I'm France, especially with how good Scotland's midfield D is. I think that's 4th touch. I think this might be 5th coming. It is 5th coming. I heard it from the coach in the box. France have got a scoop from nowhere. That's your turnover. No. Oh,
And France have been
I thought
given
they
a
did that
lifeline.
well. I think he's called Hannah Crisp offside. Katie Salmon did that really well. So
2 minutes away. If France can get it down and make it 7-7, then the drop-off becomes very much a possibility.
we're in planet drop-off then, Jono.
Yeah, drop-off, of course.
Oh, it's a big turnover. It's a huge turnover. I don't think she stepped over the ball.
So Scotland have it, and we're in the final 2 minutes. Can Scotland manage the game out from here?
They've got to look after the ball now. Don't worry about how many yards you make. Brilliant. That's 3rd touch. Well done, Scotland, to get those extra yards. Oh, that's forward. That's forward.
Not given to France.
Oh, the sideline ref's got it. I don't think she was half as well, and I think you just got to accept that touch. And France now have a tap-off, pretty much. A tap-off move to take this to drop off. Even if they score, I think Scotland might have 30 seconds or so. But this is the biggest set of the game, biggest set of the week.
As they go down 7 metres. Scotland defence holding
Alain
firm.
Leclerc comes
French,
up from the sideline.
French
Cecile
fans.
Marsh, she's through, score!
She's down. It is 7-7.
She is loving that.
We're a minute away from drop-off. Unless Scotland can do something from the tap-off that they've got. Let's watch the replay.
Cecile Marsh is prime time. She is box office. 33 counties. I think Scotland might have thought she was half then. I think they got mixed up a little bit, but I said they had 30 seconds. They've actually got 45. Scotland will run their tap-off move now. They're going to work their way down to the 7. And here we go. Here we go. To take Scotland.
So it's either
to the
Scotland
final.
going through or we're going to
Quickly,
drop off.
Burton.
Touch me.
Oh, that's 5th. That's 5th.
We've seen them.
Oh.
We've seen them score off final
we
touches
have.
before.
And they're going to run that little play
This
that
is
they
gonna
did
be
before.
at
Cut, maybe? No. To the sideline. Good D from France. And I think...
That's it. We're going
Yeah.
to go to drop off,
We are,
aren't we?
we are.
So extra time. 2
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, sorry.
4 on 4.
Woo!
So if you're unaware of the drop off, 2 minutes 4 on 4.
That was a bit of a heavy touch there. I think we've still got about 10 seconds here. I'm just looking at the clock for the England-Wales game. And if that one's correct, then we've still got a couple of seconds for France to play.
There
Last
it
play of
is.
the game. Yeah.
There is a touch.
Here we go.
We are going to drop off.
So
4 on 4.
What you need now from both teams is to get off as quickly as possible. You've got a couple of minutes. They'll have a plan in place. They'll have a plan in place. They'll know who they want to go on. I can't think who's got the tap off here. This is going to be so good, Jono.
Scotland had the tap off for the second half, so I think it's France's tap off. So now, to explain the drop off for you, because there was so much happening, we couldn't explain it. 7-all, all square. It's obviously a semi final, so for a place in the final, there needs to be overtime.
So Scotland have got the tap off, and They've got the 2 players. Sorry, they've got the 4 players on. If I was going to pick 4 players to put on, it's these 4: Hannah Smith, Grace Burton, Leah Gladin, and Hannah Smith, Grace Burton, Leah Gladin, Hannah Crisp. These are the 4 I'd have on, and just speed, just speed. This is what you want.
So here we go, 2 minutes, 4 on 4, running clock. If it's still level after 2 minutes, we go to sudden death, and it will only be 3 on 3.
I want.
So here's the excitement.
Here. Burton will kick to the outside. So that's 4th touch. I would look at Gladin coming on a sweeper here. Then you can have Chris picking up from half. They're not going to do it. She's going to go
touch.
quickies. Smith, Crisp. Is that a touch?
No, it's down.
Hannah Crisp.
Hannah Crisp, that's a captain's performance for you. She gives Scotland first blood in the drop-off.
How good? How good's touch, Jono?
Wow.
Oh, is that? Oof. Right.
So Hannah
Scotland
Crisp going over there.
We've lost the clock a little bit.
I think we've had about...
We're going to have to rely on our senses, Jono.
We've had about 45 seconds, I think.
And France have got their 2 players who had 1 on.
Oh,
Marie Henry, the touch was. They're going to play the touch, so they've got Cecile Mass and Marie Henry on. These are the 2 players who I'd have on. They're going to get Mass into a live situation. Watch Marie to pick up. Maybe pulling out the touch. They're going to go quickies with Mass. Is that down? It's down!
It is down, the nod. Cecile Mass. Oh, what Hannah Crisp can do at one end,
going on?
Cecile Mass does at the other. 8-8.
What a game.
We've had probably a minute and 20.
You know what's awesome? The 4 Scotland players that started are just staying on, and the 4 French players, I'm pretty sure, are staying on as well. They brought Mass off, but Hannah Crisp is just going to dig in with Leah Gladin. She might pick up. They're going to go quickie, step back.
She's there again.
Score!
Hannah Crisp gets a second try of the drop-off.
We can't
and
be far
Scotland
from the
go
end.
9-8 ahead.
End.
I estimated to be about.
There it is! Scotland go to the final! What a game!
And look at the joy from the Scottish bench. They're jumping, they're hugging. The French are devastated, as is understandable. What an incredible game that was. Scotland taking in the drop-off, 9-8, and that was all about Hannah Crisp.
Yeah, Hannah Crisp, Leah Gladin, 2 unbelievable performances over the past 5 days. To turn it on in that game, in a drop-off, Cecile Mass did everything with Marie Henry to keep France in that game and to win it. But wow,
so
that's how you run a quickie and drop-off.
This is the try that won it.
Right foot step, there's your space between the middle and the link. It's just so good execution, composure. Watch this. This is how you run a quickie step back. Split to the outside hard, big right foot, pick the right option. Wow, what a game. What a game.
What an incredible game. It will be England against Scotland in the final later on. 5 o'clock.
Awesome.
Jordan, I'm going to have to let you go because Ian's beckoning from the studio. He wants to get.
Because my blood pressure's gone too high. Yeah, give me a break.
So as you head over to the studio, we say many congratulations to Scotland. They will be facing England in the Women's Open final at 5 o'clock. A stunning game of touch rugby we've just witnessed. And we're probably going to get another one coming up. The Men's Open semi-final is next. France taking on Ireland. Let's head over to the studio, head over to Ian. He's with Jordan. They'll look back on this game and preview the Men's Open semi-final. Over to you, Ian.
Well, welcome back to the studio, everybody. I've just literally had to pick Jordan off the floor because that was absolutely insane. It's the first drop-off we've seen here on field 1. But it's tears of jubilation for Scotland. It's tears of despair for France. But what on earth did you make of that? How can you unravel that?
I don't know what I just watched. That was one of the best games of touch I've ever seen. If you get that chance to watch that and break that down again, I'll talk about Scotland a little bit. Their line attack, they nearly ran sweepers for the whole game, but they ran about 6 or 7 variations on the same move to near perfection, and it's just it's patient touch, it's experience touch, and it's just so smart. Like they were like thinking, right, we'll run that variation. That's not worked yet. Maybe this next one will work. That's not worked yet. Let's try the next one. That works. Let's run that on the next play. And it was like 40 minutes of just Scotland working their way through it. I said it might go to drop off. I'm so glad it did. That was just awesome. And then on the French side of the ball, Cécile Masse and Marie Henry did everything they could to pull Scotland to keep France in that game. And such a shame for them that they couldn't do it, but amazing from Scotland. Congrats to them. Looking back on it, they deserved it. I think a lot, along with their line attack, the thing that won that game for them was their midfield D. If you can go back and watch, especially in the first half, the aggression that they put and the energy that they put into touches 1, 2 and 3, France couldn't breathe and they just had to scoop from their own line. And oh, what a game! What a game!
This is
how
why
good's touch.
You should get involved with touch. It is absolutely insane. We must say as well, England did make it through to the final as well. We're going to have a guest coming in very shortly, but it looks like England are probably going to be favourites for the final. However, Scotland are a big threat, aren't they?
Yeah, like if they can play like that, I wouldn't be surprised with the coaching that they've got in the box that they've got a few tricks up their sleeve, and maybe they'll run a few extra plays and a few extra progressions. They might, I think definitely England favourites. We've got a very experienced England player here right now. With unfortunately, you're not playing this week. It's a joy to be here, isn't it? It is a joy to watch, isn't it? Yeah. Talk us through a little bit. Obviously, we didn't get much. I didn't get to see the England game too much.
Yeah.
How did the girls go?
Really, really well. It was just what we needed. A couple of tough games yesterday. Everyone else has really raised their game, and it's the best performance we put out against Wales. So really, really good.
Is it fair to say England are going to head into the final as favourites, and does that add a bit of extra pressure then?
I think there's always a bit of pressure when you've not lost a game before, but we've dealt with it in the past. We'll deal with it today, and off the back of that, as I say, I think we Scotland. We're going against Scotland. Yeah. So it's going to be a real tough game, but I mean, I'm confident, but then I'd have to play. So
You've played Scotland twice already, 10-3 and 10-1.
Yeah.
So there's no danger of complacency, though, is there, when it comes to
Oh no, finals footy is finals footy. Like, you never know what's going to happen. People
Can't
come
be
out.
finals footy,
No, I know. People come out and they throw everything they've got. So yeah.
Just to touch on yourself to just before we go back.
Yeah.
How's your injury going? Obviously, I know you've had a few issues with it. When are you looking to be back?
I'm aiming for next Euros. Is the plan. I've had one surgery, maybe one more to go. But this is my first week walking, and I think I'm doing pretty well.
Awesome.
I can't believe they made you come up the stairs. That's what I can't believe.
The stairs are my rehab.
lift.
I haven't
Get
been
the
doing
lift.
anything else. That's my rehab for the week, is stairs. Yeah.
You can abseil down here. Ian's
holding the rope?
Ian's been doing it all week. He's been jumping off.
Oh yeah.
It's like pre-match
In
entertainment.
fairness, I've not been up here. It's a nice view.
It is. Stay up
Good,
here.
yeah.
We need a paddling
Very
ball
nice.
down there, don't we?
We do.
But thanks so much. Best